as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, steady to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, back. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all peep the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, back. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play. But ain't no fading us, I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pops to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, set. 22. All day, every day, any day. Let's go.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Ready?
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's how we do, D.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jones. And he slides to avoid the hit.
Partner, he was going through his progressions, not there. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
1st down, Packers.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shrug my defense.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
319. Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, 626. Hey, Haywood. My 40. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
In your
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
X3. 218, chop it.
Throwing, Jones. He completes it to Tate. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 11 yards there, first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Let's go. 15, line it. 15 line.
Check 24, check 24.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Set 90 Wolf. Recon 132 fighter. Start.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jones. And he finds Penny. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Gallman will run it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Ready, 30 base.
Check, 42's the mic. I got it, I got it.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to rifle one deep. That's caught inside the 20. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Ready.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 16, Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Hey, QB's trash. Let's go. Sit.
Greystone, Travis.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
Go.
Get it.
Back to throw. Jones being chased out left. This will be caught by Brown. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Eli Rogers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 45-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check tight.
Jump out.
To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to be hit And taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Pull it together.
They'll run with Barkley, and he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he fields it cleanly. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Trey Boston up to make the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Rodgers now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
26. Hey, 88.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Alec Ogletree able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rodgers. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers operating from the gun. Open man is Allison, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Green Bay.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the gun, Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
First and 10 at the 41-yard.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones, he's got his man. This is Tate. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
It's been a long day for you.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Get it.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Down. 10-2 soft.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dean Lowry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Watch it slap. Watch it.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Eli Rogers with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's checking. He's the 50.
Now Rodgers throwing again. He's going to wind up and air it out. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check, 47. Hey, watch the screen. 50. Watch the screen. No.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Win 18. Inside.
Bang. Switch.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll go to Barkley again and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Why? Get wide. Yes.
Here's Gallman. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
18 Gator. Here I come. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
He's crashing.
He's the go.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. 42. Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 42. Okay, double up.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Kill.
Rodgers now to throw again. He completes it to Jones. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught here by Adams. Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams 78 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This is Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the run, it's Barkley. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
50's the mark. 50's the mark. There it comes. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
60-or.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he fires one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Jones operating from the gun and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now Jones. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Hey, Orbit. 57. You ain't going nowhere.
57's Mike.
Now Rodgers on 3rd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
319.
Check, 47. How you get on the head? Easy. Switch.
319.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On 3rd and long. It's Rodgers. Going to throw deep for the... He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to. Count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
On the double. Mike 42, check, Mike 42. You got nothing to that. You got nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing, Jones. Throw complete there, Rodgers. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. Pass. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Kareem Martin gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, now look to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the fourth quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's baby side. Let's go. Mike 42. Mike 42. Hey, 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 hey.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Focus, defense, focus.
Ready.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Right here, right here. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Let's go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Go!
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Watch the run.
Here we go, 50.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby!
Get it!
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be second down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Come on,
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On the ready.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Packers, they pick up win number 7 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly.